I stealth camped for 6 months straight all over the US and Canada and never got a ticket, never got talked to, never was asked to move, nothing. And I think it's because I'm such a good ninja. Ooh, okay, I'm never doing that again. If it is your first time to my channel, I talk about everything from van life, like this one, to solo travel, budget travel, woofing in Hawaii, self-love, self-motivation, health, wellness, veganism, feminism, all of the goodness that I care about, and it seems like a lot of you guys care about too. So if it is your first time here, welcome. Today's video is a long time in the making. I recently was living out of a Mazda 5 and I traveled all over the US and Canada and I stealth camped the majority of it. It was my first time doing this and this video is going to be awesome for people who haven't done this before, people who are particularly nervous, because I was really nervous when I first started. This is gonna go over the best places to sleep and the worst places to sleep, as well as a few resources that are gonna help you guys along your way. So without further ado, let's get started and talk about my top 5 favorite places to stealth camp. I'm gonna be doing this countdown style, so my number 5 pick on favorite places to stealth camp is residential areas and street parking. And this is pretty stealthy, but I honestly felt really safe doing this sort of thing. Granted, I wasn't making any noise, I never had lights on, I wasn't getting in and out of my car throughout the night. So the way I would find street parking if I was in a big city or a suburb, I would always base it around where I was gonna go to the bathroom in the morning. So I would find a gas station or a Starbucks, even a grocery store, and then find street parking as close to that business as possible so that right away in the morning, I'm ready to get out of bed, go to the bathroom, maybe drive a couple minutes to the bathroom. And I really did enjoy this style of camping because I was surrounded by people, which kind of doesn't make sense, but it just made me feel safe. My number 4 pick is any 24-hour business, particularly McDonald's. McDonald's definitely came in handy on a few occasions throughout my road trip because they were open 24 hours. And the reason you want a 24-hour business is because it's less odd for your car to be parked in the parking lot. Again, this is one of those instances where you do not want to be making noise. You do not want to have lights on. This is stealth camping. You want to be a ninja. I never got into any trouble, especially at a business like McDonald's, for instance. What are the chances that a person at McDonald's is really gonna care about someone sleeping in their parking lot? Yeah, any 24-hour business, be it grocery stores, all that good stuff, that is another instance where you can go use the restroom or purchase something, and then you're less likely to really bother any of the workers if they do happen to notice you. Pick number 3 is casinos. The reason I really enjoyed sleeping in casino parking lots was because there was always security, there's always lights, and there's always tons of cars. And more often than not, casinos are open 24 hours, or they're open super late, or they have a hotel near it or attached to it, and it's just really easy to blend in. Go in, use the bathroom, sit at the bar, have a drink, get some dinner. It's kind of a one-stop shop. Pick number 2 is pretty obvious. People who have been watching me for a while, you all know that I love Walmart. I have parked in Walmart parking lots more than any other place throughout the country, and I didn't run into any problems. Certain regions in Canada and California and Colorado, I think those are all of them. I don't know. But certain regions, you cannot sleep in a Walmart parking lot, and it's pretty easy to find that out. If it says 4-hour parking, or if they say, we will tow you, you know, believe them. But for the most part, I was able to park in Walmart parking lots all the time. And you always have fellow van dwellers, fellow RVers camped near you. If not that, at least truckers. You've got an entire grocery store at your fingertips, a nice bathroom. Well, not always a nice bathroom, but you have a bathroom. And you just blend right in. You can show up in Walmart in your PJs and it's like totally normal. It's just like a super chill place. And I'm so grateful to them. For those of you who have not seen my Walmart nighttime nighttime routine video, go check it out. It's pretty great. I'll actually be linking a few videos and playlists and stuff down in the description box. And my number one spot for stealth camping is BLM Properties, and that stands for the Bureau of Land Management. It is essentially land that everyone can share. Oftentimes there are campsites available to you that are completely free of charge. Sometimes they'll have a time limit, but it can be as long as a 2-week time limit. It's pretty rugged most of the time. You're not going to be getting amenities like running water or bathrooms or anything like that. But the reason I loved doing these is because it always felt like a hidden gem. I was secluded. I didn't usually have fellow campers. Every once in a while I would find a BLM property that did have a lot of other campers, and that's cool too. It really does bring the adventure into stealth camping, and this is the one instance, which is why it's number one, where you don't have to be stealthy. It is 100% legal for you guys to do this. When I did go off the beaten path and got to just immerse myself in the quiet of nature, just have that seclusion, BLM Properties really did it for me. You never know what you're gonna get. It's so adventurous and it's completely legal, so you don't have to be worried about getting into any trouble. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty scary places I've parked throughout my road trip, I want to just mention a little bonus that a lot of people have recommended to me, but I've never utilized, and that's hospitals. Apparently hospitals are kind of in the same category, I would say, as casinos, where they're always open, there's always cars in the parking lot. I don't know, something about hospitals, I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. I don't really like hospitals, but I just wanted to go ahead and mention that anyway, because people still suggest it to me, and I may utilize that in the future. If there is a spot that you guys enjoy stealth camping or just RV parking or whatever, write it in the comments below. Again, I was stealth camping for about 6 months straight. There are people out there who are way more experienced than me, and I'd love to know where you guys camp. So yeah, let me know down below what your thoughts are on this list, and let's dive right into my top 5 worst places to car camp. I would avoid at all costs, but I'm just saying I've done it. I survived. I'm okay. I'm gonna be counting down from the best to the worst, but they're all like pretty terrible in my opinion. Number 5, rest stops. Oh my goodness. I did not like sleeping at rest stops, and they are called rest stops for a reason, because they are meant for people in cars to rest. But the main thing for me was just the crowd. Specifically, a lot of just loud people and a lot of cigarettes. And when I'm trying to sleep in my car and the person next to me and the person in front of me are both smoking cigarettes, suddenly I have to breathe in cigarette smoke while I'm sleeping, which is terrible. It's just awful and rude, and I hate it. But unfortunately, that was something I did run into basically every time I slept at a rest stop. Also, you have lots of kids and just people who are getting out their jitters and dogs barking. They're just crowded and loud and stinky and dirty and scary, and it's fine to sleep at a rest stop, but I just avoid it. Number 4, roadside pullouts. I only did this a few times, and sometimes were better than others. I did this a lot specifically in California because of the whole like Walmart restrictions. If you have feedback about that, please let me know what you guys think or what you've experienced in California. But I did have to sleep in pullouts on occasion, and it really just made me nervous because I was sleeping on the side of highways. There's gonna be state patrols, and I was just really freaked out about a car running into me. You're in the dark, you're trying not to be seen, and what if they're drunk and they swerve? Or what if they are pulling over because they're falling asleep and they run into me? I just felt very vulnerable. Number 3 is campsite parking lots. And if you get caught sleeping in your car at a campsite, I suppose the worst case scenario is that they would just make you pay for a campsite, maybe? But all the same, what you're doing is super wrong. I just feel guilty and scared. It is a place where you can blend in. Big vans, and there's RVs, and you can kind of sneak in between a few cars and do it that way. But really, I only did this on kind of an emergency basis, I really didn't like to sleep in campsite parking lots. However, it is better than the next two options, so I'm throwing it out there. I've done it, never got caught, just be a ninja. Number 2 worst place to stealth camp is hotel parking lots. Some hotels absolutely have security, they write down license plates, they check license plates, and then there are other hotels that don't. So you're really flipping a coin with this one, but I have done it. Specifically in instances where I'm in shadier areas where a Walmart kind of sketches me out. So I have landed in hotel parking lots on occasion, but never a fancy resort, obviously. My number 1 absolute worst place to stealth camp might surprise you, I'm not sure, but it's national parks. And I have illegally camped inside of national parks a couple times, I think. I was just figuratively crapping my pants the whole time, and specifically stealth camping in towns. So you know how some national parks, I guess a lot of national parks, have little towns and stuff? Well, I've parked basically in residential areas where I can blend in, but I was just really scared the whole time. And this might be an overreaction. Again, I feel like this number 1 choice might surprise people, like, really, why is it so scary to park in a national park? But it's just because I think you're guaranteed you're gonna get a ticket, get kicked out, even towed. You could wake up getting towed. I think I'm just rating this in levels of how freaked out I was during these experiences, because yes, there were multiple nights throughout my trip that just really sucked. And that is kind of the other side of this amazing adventure I got to go on, and that it wasn't all fun and roses. Fun and roses? Is that a saying? Why did I say roses? Peaches and cream? I don't know. But all in all, the adventure of not knowing where I was gonna sleep every night, it was just such a rewarding and exciting way to live, and I loved the adventure, and having those scary nights just gave it more depth and made me a stronger traveler. I don't know, it's fun to be a ninja, it's fun to be on your toes, and parking in these areas definitely did that for me. So I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I'm saying that these are resources that are available to you if you're in a pickle, because that's just what comes with the territory of making it up as you go, is sometimes you have to take risks. Once again, if there's a spot that you parked that was totally scary and out of your comfort zone, or a spot that you got into trouble, tell me about the experience. Tell me how stealthy you were, what you were parked in, all of that good stuff, because this is a conversation, and I have every intention of stealth camping more in the future, and I need advice just as much as all the other stealth camping curious people out there. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap up this video very quickly with 5 resources that I would use to find places to sleep. One resource that I did utilize at times, but ultimately it might not work in your favor, is just crime rates. And I never used a specific website. If you guys have a website that works well for you, share it down below, but I would just Google crime rates in different areas, and that did help me to decide where I was gonna sleep. Why would I go to a place where car break-ins are extremely common when I could go somewhere where they're not? It's just good to be educated about the areas that you're going into, or you could read the crime rates and then freak yourself out, and then it's just not good at all. So that's kind of why I'm putting it last on this list. The next resource, it's obvious to me, but I was always using Google Maps, especially to find those 24-hour businesses and to find Walmarts with a higher rating. I mentioned this in my Walmart nighttime routine, or if I show up at a Walmart and there's signs saying that we will tow after 4 hours, then I'm gonna have to quickly go on Google Maps, find another 24-hour business, find a different Walmart, anything like that. Might seem obvious to a lot of you, but I'm just throwing it out there for those of you who have never done this before and need all the help they can get. The next 2 resources are facebook.com and couchsurfing.com. Why did I say facebook.com? Couchsurfing, I've actually never used, however, I hope to use it someday. When you're stealth camping, it would be pretty easy to just reach out on couchsurfing.com and say, hey, can I park in your driveway? Or you can just park and sleep inside of their house. I've only heard good things about it, and I would encourage you to give it a try. Facebook, I would join as many Facebook groups as you can find. I'm part of a few female travel groups, and that can become a great resource if you want to find a good parking spot. You just write on the wall and say, hey, I'm in this city. Can anyone help me out? Again, I never needed to use this. However, it probably would have come in handy had I tried. And my number one resource for finding stealth camping spots was freecampsites.net. This website is incredible for finding BLM properties specifically, Walmarts that are happy to help you, and a few other random businesses such as Cracker Barrel, I think Safeway. So having this database that was built by stealth campers for stealth campers, or by RVers, I guess more so, for RVers, it just gives you so many options and so many beautiful campsites that are free and legal, and then businesses. Freecampsites.net is an amazing website. Please, if you are going to be using these campsites and businesses, just don't be a jerk, because basically ruining it for the rest of us. So just be respectful, don't litter, follow rules, guidelines, all that good stuff. It's not that hard, and it's going to allow future van dwellers and stealth campers to enjoy resources like freecampsites.net, like BLM Properties, Walmarts, all that good stuff. This is a community, and we need to make a good name for ourselves so that people don't hate us. Walmart gained so much business by being open to stealth camping and RV camping, and ultimately it's a good thing for them. They've got the space. Why not use it all night? Just don't be a jerk. That was kind of a sidebar. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what experiences you guys have had, and be sure and ask any questions that you have. I'd love to do more videos like this one and answer all of your questions. So until then, I hope you're all doing very well. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace.